Hello everyone, my name is Grace Caraway. I'm very happy to be here with you tonight. I'd like to share some of my thoughts and research on the topic of depression. Depression is a very real condition. It varies from person to person, so it can be hard to diagnose, and a lot of people may not know how to deal with the symptoms in themselves or those around them. How do you feel when something bad happens? When you fail a test you studied hard for, a loved one passes away, or a pet goes missing. You may get tired easily, eat too much or too little, or you have no motivation to do anything. Imagine feeling that horrible all the time. Someone you know may be struggling with depression right at this moment. Would you know how to notice the signs in them? Depression is not just feeling sad, so we need to be prepared to help those we know who may be struggling through it. Today I'd like to talk about some of the types, causes, and symptoms of depression. Let's begin by talking about the types. One type of depression that is very common is persistent depressive disorder. It's a type of depression that continues for 2 years or more. According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, it affects about 3.3 million American adults per year. Other types are postpartum depression, major depressive disorder, and seasonal affective depression. Now let's talk about some of the causes of the problem. Every person is unique, so there is no way to compile a complete list of all causes of depression. But some of the most common causes are emotional and physical abuse, job-related stress, or other stresses in your life. According to the University of Queensland, depression rates are highest in war-torn countries in North Africa and the Middle East. Now that we've talked about some of the causes and types, let's talk about some of the symptoms. Depression can have contrasting and confusing symptoms. When a person is depressed, they may get too much sleep and not be able to wake up in the mornings, or they may not be able to fall asleep at night. They may get easily aggravated and be too passionate about subjects, or they may be too distant and disinterested in things that they used to care about. The symptoms sometimes differ between women and men. In women, feelings of increased worthlessness may be common, and in men, increased recklessness may be common. Symptoms also differ amongst age groups. For example, in young children, there may be increased attachment to loved ones and fear that they will pass away, and in teenagers, increased disciplinary and educational problems at school may take place. Finally, let's talk about some of the ways to help someone who may be struggling through depression. There are many treatment options, ranging from more natural to more medical. If you choose to go with a medical option, you should always consult a professional. The first way you can help is very simple. You should just be there for the person, ask them what's wrong, and show actual interest. Don't be passive about what they're talking about, and don't just blow them off. Be involved in the discussion and be understanding for their opinions. Second, you should obviously avoid jokes that could be insensitive to them and prevent them from seeking treatment or make them feel ashamed and like they cannot get help for what they're going through because it's not a real problem. Third, you should give them time. They may have been struggling with depression for days, weeks, months, or even years, so it's not going to go away overnight. You're going to need to take the time to help them through whatever situation they find themselves in, and hopefully, if you stick with it, the outcome will be positive. If they cannot work through it with you, they should consider professional counseling or even antidepressant medications if that does not work. In conclusion, depression is very real and affects millions of adults worldwide. According to the Washington Post, it is the second leading cause of disability in the workplace worldwide, and about 4% of the world's population has already been diagnosed with it. Tonight I hope I have enlightened you about some of the facts surrounding depression, as well as some of the various possible causes and treatments. Remember that everyone is unique. Consider becoming an advocate for those who struggle through depression. And a note to those struggling, there is hope. In the words of Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia from Star Wars, we have been given a challenging illness, and there is no other option than to meet those challenges. Think of it as an opportunity to be heroic, an opportunity to be an example to others who might share our disorder. Thank you.